Good morning. Good morning. Happy Monday. It's been a few days. I've been sleeping and self caring, and hopefully, you've had a wonderful weekend too. But I'm back for a Hug Nation Love morning to share some gratitude and connect with you. Love to hear what you're grateful for. Shall I start with a song? Sure, let's start with a song because that's the way it's gonna go. And if you think this is a entertaining thing, then we could call it a show. But I think it's a more of a gratitude place where we share what's in our hearts. And if you miss the beginning, there will be two more starts. It's the Love Morning Show. Love Morning Show. All right, good morning. What you grateful for? I am grateful for a a couple of delightful birthday celebrations with my dad this weekend. We had a lunch gathering on Saturday where my nephews were there, and Jim and Jen, and my mom and dad. And then we had a dinner last night at a fancy restaurant called Anime, where it was my mom and dad and Lisa and I. And it was a combination birthday celebration and engagement celebration. They've been planning it for a while. So it was fun and yummy food, and grateful to get to spend some quality time with my folks. Good morning, Peter. Peter says gratitude place for our hearts. I I'm grateful, so grateful that I still have so much quality time with my parents, and they're so sharp and vital and vibrant. My dad, we had a dinner for my mom like a month and a half ago, and my brother said, "What would you tell 12-year-old you?" to my mom, and my mom's answer was something like, "Laugh more." And we asked my dad last night, like, "What would you tell 12-year-old you?" And he said, "Do it the same." Kind of like, because I think I would do it exactly the same. And I'm like, what an awesome answer to look back at your life and say, I think I would make all the same decisions. He's happy with my mom and his job and his investments, and he says, sure, there's some investments that didn't go the way that I wanted them to, but there's others that went way better than I thought they would. So, just kind of happy with his life. And we're celebrating his 84th birthday, which very impressive. So I'm grateful for my dad, my mom, and so grateful for Lisa. We had a day off yesterday until dinner, but until dinner we spent most of the day in robes in bed, and it was so nice to just have nothing on the to-do list except be with each other. I am so crazy in love with that human being. It is I I'm I have these thoughts when I'm with her. Like, I had this I watched this video of like the history of time and kind of trying to give you a sense of how long the universe has been around, compared to how long humans have been alive. And it's just like miles and miles and miles of a timeline, and just the last foot and a half is humanity. And your life is thinner than a piece of thread, and this massive. And and as I was thinking about all the time of the universe and how little of it has been inhabited by consciousness, how little of this massive timeline has there been minds being able to experience it. And even in that little bitty time, this teeny sliver of which I am getting to be present and in love. And what an incredible gift to be in a present moment, so blissful and conscious and aware and filled with love. Like, in the massive expanse of the universe, that I'm having that experience. It's just like gratitude times a infinity. Wee! Just press repeat, says Peter. Exactly. That's when I asked him in college years, I was trying to kind of press him like, what do you really want out of life? And his answer was more of the same, which I thought was the coolest thing I'd ever heard. Any under gratitude anybody want to share before we head out into the world? I am grateful for a little drizzly day. I went for a walk this morning. I have not been doing so well with my physical fitness, so I'm grateful that I got out and walked around and tried to kick out the jams a little bit. I'm grateful that I've got a couple days, actually about one day. Lisa leaves town tomorrow. So I'm grateful I've got another day with Lisa before she leaves town for a week. And I am grateful for the safety that I feel in this moment. There's lots of uncertainty in the future, but right now I feel warm and safe and dry and access to hot water. I've got a few plants that I think that I've overwatered and I'm feeling a little guilty about that, but I also got plants that are doing great. So all in all, life is pretty fantastic. Good morning, Finn. Finn says, grateful for my friends and the love we share together. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Anybody else want to share a little gratitude before we give a hug and head out into the day? I'm grateful for a community meeting that we had in our gratitude circle group. We celebrated a 5-year anniversary recently, and so we had a meeting to kind of talk about some shifts and things and make sure that we all felt heard and understood. So I'm grateful that we had a lot of really tactful communication amongst ourselves and care. Good morning, Gerbot. Good morning. And good morning, Sarah. Sarah says, grateful for some recovery days from the World Cup events. Grateful for my cozy home to retreat in. Grateful for my family. Thanks, Sarah. Well, I'm grateful for a nice, relaxing day back from several days of being offline and sleeping and self-caring. So I missed a number of morning broadcasts. So thanks for your understanding. But nice to be back and back on track and deep into gratitude. I think it's important. Gerbot says, grateful for catching up on sleep and making recovery with the back. Great. Great to hear. Actually, I have a doctor's appointment this week. So I will try to make a list of all the things that I need to get some professional advice around. Like my tinnitus has gotten worse. I was having some numbness in my hand yesterday. So I'm grateful for access to medical help. Oh. Peter says, back pain for the first time in the last 4 days. Today I woke up painless. Well, grateful for that. May we all wake painless tomorrow. And with that, wherever you are, give yourself a big old squeeze. Let's feel grateful for this moment, for our bodies, for our consciousness, for the love in our lives, for our healing cells, and for all the people that have helped us to become who we are. Let's take a deep breath in and squeeze. On behalf of Grandpa Caleb and all of you, thanks for being here for a Love Morning Gratitude Check-In. Good morning, Unga Bunga. Unga Bunga says, grateful for a cup of hot tea and a cookie this morning. That sounds good. I think I might make some tea right now. Have a beautiful day. See you tomorrow.